Hey, welcome to Vegas Nation. I'm Bryan Salmon. Now, it's the final day of practice before the Raiders and Lions go at it in the preseason. Day number 2 of Oakland and Detroit in joint practices, and from all accounts, it was another competitive day without any major flare-ups or big brawls. The Raiders did have a few players that got nicked up, per head coach Jon Gruden, but no major announcements. Coach Gruden was quick to let it be known he thoroughly enjoyed this setup, particularly for his veteran players. While you want to talk about beneficial, I'm talking about the heat that Raiders beat writer Michael Gehlken and NFL writer Gilberto Manzano bring to the table every single day, and like they do in this training camp report from Napa, California. Guys.
Thank you, Bryan. Here with Michael for the second day of 2 joint scrimmages with the Raiders and the Lions. Still no fights, so that's good for the coaches. A lot of highlight plays. Somebody that people are kind of keeping their eye on is MARTAVIS Bryant. He kind of stood out to you a little bit, right?
I thought, keeping in mind that we've been watching MARTAVIS Bryant, OTAs, mini camp, all of training camp, this is the best that I thought he looked. And speaking to wide receivers coach Edgar Bennett after practice, he himself called it MARTAVIS Bryant's best day. Obviously, that evaluation from Bennett means a lot more than us, but to see how he looked, working the second team offense, 2 long touchdown connections with Connor Cook. The first, a deep streak, very simple, all about that speed, and Cook hit him in stride. Then another one, he was dragging across the field, going against the Detroit Lions' best corner, Darius Slay. Slay tips the pass. Bryant shows reflexes to control it after it bounces off his body, and then takes it in a 50-yard touchdown. That is what MARTAVIS Bryant is capable of anytime he's targeted. He has that big playability. His speed has been as advertised. His preparation has been part of the problem, coaches have said. So the more he prepares, the more he gains a grasp of this offense and masters position versatility, he will be a big part of the Raiders offense, but there's still a lot of work to do. Nonetheless, a good start.
Yeah, Jon Gruden called him at the podium. He said, not a good talent, a great talent. So they really want to use him in the playbook, but it's going to take some time. But for me, I watched the Raiders defense, especially the linebackers and the defensive backs going against Matthew Stafford. And those guys, secondary and the linebackers, had a good day against Matthew Stafford, one of the top quarterbacks in the league. A lot of batted ball. It seems like a lot of linebackers are going to be in the pass coverages. So Tahir Whitehead, Derek Johnson really stood out today. And it seemed like maybe the Raiders have some guys there at cornerback now. I know there's a lot of injuries, but guys like Leon Hall stepped up, Dexter McDonald, Antonio Hall, all these guys that, I don't know if they're going to be there come September, but they really stood out there. But they were missing one guy today. Who was that, Michael?
In the secondary, MELIFONWU. I mean, they're obviously missing Garon Conley, but you look at MELIFONWU, this is his second straight practice where we haven't seen the 2017 second-round pick. His injury history, well documented. Arthroscopic knee surgery late last August. That forced him to miss the first half of his rookie season, and then his season ended with December hip surgery. Here we are in training camp, and now he's not practicing for what Jon Gruden called some lower body flare-up. We don't know what that means. We don't know if the Raiders know what that means. Gruden said they're still evaluating it to get an exact sense of what the ailment is. But given MELIFONWU's history, this is a guy who's got to actually fight to make this team. You don't say that too often for former second-round draft picks. He's only a year into his career. But you look at the competition the Raiders have at the position, Reggie Nelson, Marcus Gilchrist, Carl Joseph, Eric Harris. You start stacking that up, and MELIFONWU needs to show that he can do something, not just on defense, but special teams. Yeah,
guys like that, like Obi, who are fighting for a job. When it comes to preseason games, that's big for showing that you can stick with the team. So he probably won't be there on Friday, it seems like now, against the Detroit Lions for a game 1 of the preseason opener. But still a lot to discuss on Obi. Friday, we finally get a game between the Lions and Jon Gruden's return of the Black Hole. So that's it from Napa. Back to you, Bryan, in the Vegas Nation studio.
All right, thank you very much, Gilberto and Michael. And I, like many of the fans of the Silver and Black, are looking forward to seeing Coach Gruden back on the sidelines in Oakland once again. So after you get done watching this video, get your Silver and Black fix of what's going on in Napa at ReviewJournal.com. Articles from Michael Gehlken and Gilberto Manzano. Get the info on the go as well on our Vegas Nation app. And be sure to check out our weekly Vegas Nation podcast, which is also available on iTunes. And finally, you can watch all of our sports videos on Roku television, sit on your couch, eat some pizza, and get the latest on Jon Gruden and, of course, quarterback Derek Carr, and the rest of the Silver and Black. So, for Michael and Roberto in Napa, I'm Bryan Salmon for Vegas Nation. See you next time.